Welcome, fellow seeker, to a journey into the very heart of human endeavor, a testament to the boundless spirit that propels us to explore, to understand, and to connect. Tonight, we set sail across the vast oceans of history, charting courses through tales of audacious exploration, unwavering resilience, groundbreaking discovery, profound moral transformation. These are not just stories of the past. They're echoes of the enduring human capacity for courage, ingenuity, and a deep-seated desire to reach beyond the horizon of the known. Join us as we delve into the spirit of discovery, celebrating those who dared to navigate the uncharted, both on the map and within the intricate tapestry of human existence. Prepare to be inspired by the triumphs forged from the crucible of challenge, and to find within these historical narratives a renewed appreciation for the remarkable potential that resides within each of us. Let our exploration begin. Imagine, if you will, the seemingly endless expanse of the Pacific Ocean, a realm of deep blue stretching further than the eye could ever conceive. For early peoples inhabiting the islands of this vast domain, the ocean was not a barrier, but a highway, an invitation to venture into the unknown. These were the early Polynesian navigators, masters of their environment, who, centuries before European explorers traversed the globe, embarked on deliberate voyages across thousands of miles of open water. Consider the sheer courage it took to set sail in handcrafted canoes, knowing that the next glimpse of land might be days, weeks, or even months away, if it appeared at all. Their world was one intimately connected with the rhythms of nature, without the aid of magnetic compasses, sextants, or chronometers. These remarkable voyagers developed an intricate system of wayfinding, a profound understanding of the celestial sphere, the patterns of ocean swells, the behavior of winds and clouds, and the subtle cues offered by the natural world. Picture them, night after night, studying the fixed points of the stars, memorizing their rising and setting positions, using them as a celestial map to guide their course. They could discern the direction and distance of unseen islands by the way ocean swells, bent and refracted around landmasses hundreds of miles away, a skill honed over generations of observation and shared knowledge. They noted the flight paths of specific birds, knowing that certain species ventured out to sea only within a day's flight of land. The color and density of clouds, the feel of subtle shifts in the wind against their skin, all were vital pieces of an intricate puzzle that allowed them to navigate with astonishing accuracy. Their vessels, the great double-hulled canoes, were themselves marvels of engineering and communal effort. Constructed from carefully selected and painstakingly shaped timbers, lashed together with strong natural fibers, these canoes were designed for stability and seaworthiness on long voyages. Imagine the collective effort required to fell massive trees with stone tools, to hollow out the hulls, to carve and fit the various components with precision. These were not mere rafts. They were floating islands, capable of carrying not only the navigators, but also families, livestock, seeds, and the very essence of a potential new community. The construction of a voyaging canoe was a significant undertaking, a testament to the social organization and shared vision of the community. Life aboard these canoes was a constant dance with the elements. Imagine the relentless sun, the spray of salt water, the endless horizon. Fresh water was a precious commodity, carefully conserved in gourds or coconut shells. Food supplies, often dried fish, taro, or breadfruit, had to be meticulously managed for journeys that could last for weeks or even months. The threat of storms was ever present, demanding skillful sailing and unwavering courage to weather the tempestuous seas. Yet amidst these daily challenges, there was also a deep connection with the ocean, profound understanding of its moods and currents. These were not aimless wanderings. They were deliberate explorations, driven by a desire to find new lands, to expand their horizons, to carry their culture and traditions to new homes. The colonization of distant islands across the vast Pacific was not accidental. Archaeological and linguistic evidence suggests a pattern of intentional voyaging. With knowledge of previously discovered islands passed down through oral traditions, guiding subsequent expeditions, imagine the moment of landfall after weeks at sea, the sheer relief and joy of sighting a new shore, the potential for a new beginning. These early navigators were not just explorers, they were pioneers, carrying with them the seeds of life. The skills to build new homes and the cultural blueprints for thriving communities. Their voyages stand as a powerful testament to the human spirit's innate curiosity, its capacity for ingenuity, and its unwavering determination to chart the unknown, not for conquest, but for the very spirit of discovery and the continuation of their journey. Their legacy echoes in the vibrant cultures that now thrive across the Pacific, a testament to the courage and skill of those who first dared to sail beyond the horizon. From the deliberate eastward expansion across the Pacific, we now turn to a different kind of exploration, one born not just of discovery, but of an epic struggle for survival against nature's most unforgiving forces. Imagine the stark, desolate beauty of the Antarctic continent, a realm of ice and snow where the very air bites with a chilling intensity. It was into this formidable wilderness that Sir Ernest Shackleton, a figure whose name has become synonymous with unwavering leadership and human resilience, ventured in 1914. His ambition was grand, to achieve the first transantarctic crossing, a monumental feat that would mark humanity's triumph over the last unconquered continent. The Imperial Transantarctic Expedition set sail with optimism. Its vessel, the Endurance, a sturdy ship designed to withstand the pressures of polar ice, brimming with supplies and the hopes of a nation. Yet as often happens in the face of nature's vast power, even the most meticulous plans can be undone. The Weddell Sea, known for its treacherous, constantly shifting ice, began to exert its relentless grip. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as the Endurance became inextricably trapped. Imagine the slow, agonizing realization for the crew as the ice floes, like colossal, grinding teeth, began to exert immense pressure on the ship's sturdy hull. The sounds must have been haunting, the deep groans and protests of the timber, the crackle and thunder of ice, a symphony of destruction. Eventually the Endurance succumbed, crushed and swallowed by the frozen embrace of the sea. This moment marked the end of the expedition's primary goal, but it became the crucible for Shackleton's true legacy. Marooned on shifting ice floes hundreds of miles from land and civilization, with dwindling supplies and the relentless cold as their constant companion, the survival of his 27 men rested entirely on his shoulders. Shackleton's leadership was nothing short of extraordinary. He understood that maintaining morale was as vital as finding food. He instilled discipline, fostered camaraderie, and tirelessly found ways to distract his men from their grim reality, organizing games, sing-alongs, and even scientific observations. His decisions were bold, often agonizing, yet always focused on the singular goal of preserving every life. Abandoning the ship, then later making the perilous choice to launch their small lifeboats onto the open ocean from the disintegrating ice. These were moments of profound courage and strategic genius. The journey to Elephant Island was an ordeal of unimaginable hardship. Crammed into 3 small boats, battered by storms, enduring frostbite and constant hunger, the crew battled the elements. Upon reaching the desolate, uninhabited Elephant Island, they found a meager refuge, but salvation was still a distant dream. This isolated outpost, with its biting winds and rocky shores, became a temporary, desperate home. But Shackleton knew that rescue would not come to them. It was from Elephant Island that Shackleton undertook what is widely considered one of the greatest feats of survival and navigation in history, the James Caird voyage. With 5 of his most trusted men, he set out in a small, modified lifeboat, the James Caird, on an 800-mile journey across the most tempestuous ocean on Earth, the Southern Ocean. Imagine the relentless gales, the towering waves that threatened to swamp their tiny vessel, the constant battle against hypothermia and exhaustion, navigating by a single sextant and sheer willpower. After 16 days of unimaginable torment, they miraculously reached the uninhabited side of South Georgia Island. Even then, the ordeal was not over. Shackleton, with 2 companions, then undertook the first recorded crossing of South Georgia's glaciated, mountainous interior to reach a whaling station on the other side. His unyielding determination bore fruit. Against all odds, after multiple attempts and overcoming further logistical nightmares, Shackleton returned to Elephant Island and rescued every single one of his men. Not a single life was lost. Strategic brilliance, his unparalleled ability to inspire and lead through the darkest of times, and his profound commitment to his crew stand as a powerful triumph of human survival against odds that seem truly insurmountable. The Endurance expedition, though failing in its original objective, became an enduring testament to the unconquerable spirit of humanity when faced with the raw power of nature. Our journey through the spirit of discovery now leads us from the icy frontiers of the Earth to the microscopic world within us, where another colossal challenge of charting the unknown awaited the ingenuity of science. From the perilous expeditions across icy wastes, we now turn our gaze inward, to a frontier of discovery far more intricate and profound, the very blueprint of life itself. Imagine the fundamental mystery that lies at the heart of every living being. How does a single cell develop into a complex organism? With all its myriad functions, its unique traits, and its susceptibility to certain conditions, the answer, as we've come to understand, lies within DNA, the invisible thread of life that dictates our biological existence. For decades, scientists grasped its double helix structure. But the full extent of its instruction manual, the complete human genome, remained an unreadable, colossal text. Like Gregor Mendel's work on heredity, or the groundbreaking elucidation of the DNA structure by Watson and Crick, laid the crucial groundwork. These revelations sparked an audacious question. Could we, as a species, truly decipher the entire genetic code that makes us human? The sheer scale of the challenge was immense. The human genome comprises approximately 3 billion base pairs, the individual letters of the genetic alphabet arranged into tens of thousands of genes. To sequence this entire code, to map the human genome, was a scientific endeavor of unprecedented ambition, akin to trying to read every single word in a library of 1,000 books without knowing the language. This monumental undertaking officially began in 1990 with the launch of the Human Genome Project. It was an international, publicly funded initiative, a true testament to global collaboration, bringing together brilliant minds from institutions across the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Japan, and China. Picture the cooperative spirit. Laboratories around the world working in concert, sharing data in real time, and collectively tackling technological hurdles. From the intricate code of life itself, we now turn to a profound moral awakening that reshaped a nation and eventually the world. Imagine a time when the horrific institution of transatlantic slavery was not only legal, but formed a vast, deeply entrenched economic engine, enriching empires and individuals at an unimaginable human cost. The sheer scale of the suffering, the brutal tearing apart of families, the denial of basic human dignity, this pervasive evil seemed an insurmountable force, woven into the very fabric of colonial power and global trade. Yet, against this formidable backdrop, a courageous movement began to gather strength. Driven by an unwavering moral compass, the campaign to abolish the slave trade in Britain, the journey was long and arduous, marked by decades of tireless effort. It began with the quiet, persistent voices of conscience, notably from Quaker communities and pioneering individuals like Granville Sharp. These early advocates, often ridiculed and marginalized, saw the inherent injustice and began to plant the seeds of dissent. They spoke of universal human rights, of the sanctity of every individual life, challenging deeply held beliefs about property and profit. Their courage was immense, daring to speak truth to power when the very idea of abolition was considered radical and economically ruinous. The parliamentary struggle was most famously championed by William Wilberforce, a dedicated British politician whose life became synonymous with the anti-slavery cause. Now, for over 2 decades, he tirelessly brought motions before Parliament, facing repeated defeats, fierce opposition from powerful vested interests, and profound skepticism. Imagine the frustration, the moments of despair. Yet, his unwavering dedication and strategic brilliance allowed him to persist. He built coalitions, meticulously gathered evidence of the trade's brutality, and masterfully navigated the complex political landscape, demonstrating a profound commitment to a cause larger than himself. Crucially, the success of the abolitionist movement was not solely a parliamentary affair. It was a powerful testament to the power of public opinion and grassroots activism. Across Britain, ordinary citizens joined the cause. Petitions, often signed by hundreds of thousands, flooded Parliament. Public meetings were held, educating people about the horrors of the Middle Passage and the inhumanity of slavery. The powerful narratives of formerly enslaved individuals like Alada Equiano, who published his autobiography, brought the lived reality of suffering directly into the homes of sympathetic readers, fostering a deep, empathetic connection that began to shift public consciousness on an unprecedented scale. People organized boycotts of slave-produced sugar, a tangible act of protest that demonstrated their moral conviction. The arguments against abolition were potent, rooted in economic fears and the perceived necessity of cheap labor for colonial prosperity. The debates were often fierce, marked by emotional pleas and hardened resistance from those who profited from the trade. Yet the abolitionists persevered, enduring backlash, threats, and sometimes even violence. Their resilience in the face of such formidable opposition underscored the strength of their moral conviction and the collective will to dismantle an unjust system. Finally, after decades of relentless campaigning, the Slave Trade Act was passed in 1807, outlawing the trade of enslaved people in the British Empire. This was a monumental triumph, though it did not immediately abolish slavery itself. That would take further years of advocacy, culminating in the Slavery Abolition Act of 1833, which finally emancipated enslaved people throughout most of the British Empire. This victory, hard-won and against immense odds, stands as an enduring testament to the immense power of sustained moral advocacy, the courage of collective action, and the profound societal change that can be achieved when moral conviction meets unwavering determination. The British abolitionist movement set a powerful precedent, inspiring similar movements globally and reinforcing the fundamental truth of universal human dignity. As our journey through the spirit of discovery concludes, we are left with a profound appreciation for the extraordinary capabilities of the human spirit. We have navigated the vast, uncharted oceans with the ancient Polynesians. Witnessing their ingenious navigation and audacious courage, we then endured the crushing ice of the Antarctic with Shackleton, a testament to unparalleled leadership and the fierce will to survive against impossible odds. We peered into the invisible blueprint of life, marveling at the collaborative brilliance that mapped the human genome, unlocking secrets fundamental to our very being. And finally, we witnessed the enduring power of moral conviction. As an entire society wrestled with, and ultimately abolished, a pervasive evil, charting a new course for human rights. These stories, woven across millennia and continents, are more than just historical events. They are resonant reminders that exploration is not limited to geographical frontiers, extends to the boundaries of our knowledge, the limits of our endurance, and the depths of our moral courage. The challenges these individuals and communities faced were immense. Yet their triumphs illuminate the boundless potential within each of us to innovate, to lead, to discover, and to bring about transformative change. Let these narratives inspire you to look beyond your own horizons, to embrace challenges with resilience, and to recognize the incredible capacity for greatness that resides in the human heart. The spirit of discovery continues to beckon, inviting us all to chart new courses, both in our own lives and for the collective future of humanity. That brings us to the end of another journey through the annals of inspirational history. We hope this story of triumph, resilience, and the enduring human spirit has left you feeling empowered and reflective. If you were moved by this tale, please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more journeys into the past, and comment below with your thoughts or any historical moments that inspire you. Your engagement helps us continue to share these powerful stories of human triumph.